Hi, it's Meg again. I'm back here for our Where Are They Now segment. Very happy to be with a young lady that I've known for a very long time, Miss Michaela. Now we have a Wirth. Shivan?
Yes, well, Siobhan Wirth, yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, there she is. So good to see you.
Hello.
Yay. It's like you're in Portland, but it feels like you're a million miles away.
So far away, yeah.
And you've been so busy. Yeah. Sure. So tell everybody what your involvement with the Maskers was like. How'd you get started?
I got started, I don't quite remember how I got started. It was probably in 1995 or thereabouts, I imagine.
How old were you?
I must have been 11 or 12.
Okay.
Yeah, we were kids, and it was there was a few of us. There was myself and your daughter Amanda and my friend Tess. We were all sort of the same age, and we sort of all were involved.
Yep. Very cool. And you did pretty much acting for a while.
I did acting for a really, really long time. Yeah. I think the first show that I did stage managing wise was for the Maskers, and I was the stage manager for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And I don't remember. That must have been in like 2000 or so. I have no dates. I have no dates because it's gone.
Yeah, I'm actually going to direct that. I'm supposed to direct it this year.
So good. Oh, it's such a wonderful show. It's such a wonderful show. And that was one of the first productions also that I was ever an assistant lighting designer for. So that was one of the first times. That was one of the first times that anybody ever saw me and was like, hey, like you kind of want to know more about this, and I see that you're interested. Do you want to, help put on this show?
So let's make sure people know you're not acting anymore.
I am not acting anymore.
But you are a lighting designer.
I'm a lighting designer and a stagehand. Yep.
Yep. And you went to school at?
I went to school at the University of Southern Maine.
One of those premier, let's start a new major kind of thing, huh?
Yeah. It was a bit of a delve into a new world. I went there and I started out as a theater major, and then sort of knew going in that I wanted to do a technical theater background, but in order to do that, had to sort of play by the rules first, and then sort of and then be like, actually, I want to make all of you guys look pretty.
There you go. Yeah. So when you're, as I said, living the life in Portland and making a living.
I'm doing it. Yeah, I am.
Love, yeah.
I work at the State Theater here in Portland, and at Thompson's Point when it's open. And I'm an IATSE member. I'm a union member, so I work at Merrill Auditorium and at the Cross Insurance Arena when the big shows come in. I'm a rigger and an electrician for those guys, so it's great. Awesome. It's awesome. Yeah.
Kayla, do you have a favorite Masker memory?
I do actually, and I was thinking about it when we had started discussing just the Maskers in general. I sort of started falling back on all of the. I spent a lot of time there, really a lot of time involved in productions and just the company as a family. One of my personal favorite memories is. There was a production called Scotland Road by a director named Robert Hitt. And I remember that the lighting design for that show is by a man named Jim Thurston, who I've had the pleasure of working with since seeing this production, which is mind-blowing. But I remember seeing that production, and I remember the lighting moving me so much that I sort of felt that I had to know more about it. And the Maskers was a place that would allow you to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So after seeing that show, I could go to rehearsal and say, hey, like, tell me about doing that. And somebody would say, well, absolutely. Like, come in and start doing it. And, but I remember that being just, yeah, altering,
Terrific.
just life altering. Yeah.
Terrific. Because Jim Thurston does the technical, head technical
He's
department at Colby.
the technical director at Colby, yeah. And
Yeah.
I've worked with him here in Portland. Just recently, we were actually involved in a production that got closed due to the virus. But he was the set designer, and I was doing lights for a production with Dramatic Repertory Company called The Mother. And they're working on trying to find a way to put it on film because the production got cut short.
Right.
And remounting it is sort of not a possibility, but so we're all still involved in talking about a way to sort of make it happen again. But so seeing Jim's designs 20 years ago and then working with him yesterday
It's a riot.
is just awesome though.
Okay.
It's awesome. And it's happened. There are other people. Tess Van Horn is she's my age, but we sort of grew up in the Maskers, and I've worked with her since then here in Portland on a professional level. She as a director and myself as a lighting designer.
Right.
So it's just it's awesome.
Yeah. She was my first interview.
Yeah, it's like seeing family again.
Yeah.
Like I run into Chris Holt occasionally, who is an actor who performed in a lot of the stuff in the Maskers in my age, and
That's great.
and yeah, I'll run into him on the street, and it's like
awesome.
family.
So you talked a little bit about what you've been doing, technically. Do you have a favorite project that you've worked on?
That I've worked. Oh goodness.
I know I sprung that on you, didn't I?
You sprung that one on me. All of them.
All of them.
So what I love the most is I a number of years ago I started working for the State Theater, which is a music venue in town, and I had not ever really considered like lighting rock shows as a thing that I could do. Like I was sort of always like, oh, I'm a theater lighting designer, I do plays, but I started doing like concerts and rock shows, and it is so much fun. And so I would have to say that like seeing some of the bands that I'm not a huge, I'm more of a musical theater fan than a like music person. So I will sometimes go into work and maybe vaguely know the name of the band that's going to show up, but not be really but then by the end of the show, like, and they'll, I listen to their sound check and that sort of thing. And, by the end of the show, I'll be like at the merch table, like buying merchandise because it has just like opened my eyes. So,
Great.
I would have to say that one of my favorite things about jobs would be just seeing some of the most amazing music unexpectedly, sort of seeing some of the best performances. Stuff rolls into town all the time. I mean, Steve Martin, Elton John. Like, how do you how do you what I was standing there like
That's so cool.
Okay. Right, like
So how do you think your involvement with the Maskers affected your future, your present, what you're doing now?
I think that the passion and the creative dedication of everybody that was involved in the company taught me how to be like a versatile theater person, which I think is something that you really need. Like, it's great to do your thing and be good at like your part, but as a machine, and especially as a not-for-profit, like, small community theater, kind of like to make it work when people have day jobs and people have, it's not the only thing that you're doing. To still put on that level of production is awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Great.
And I put on professional productions, and I still put on, not-for-profit productions, and it's the same work.
Yeah.
It's the same amount of work for both, and they are the same. So whether or not you're traveling with 22 semi trucks or, working out of your basement, like, that level of dedication was always there, I felt.
Great.
And I was so young and so impressionable that I think that really, like, it really stuck with me. And like, when adults, I mean, I was like 12 and 13, and I was like an awkward, like, theater kid. Like, I was just like I was like one of those weird theater kids. And I found a family. I'm from a very small family, but I found people who, I now consider, my sisters, like, your daughter Amanda, like, I would consider, if she's in town, heck yes, like, I will look her up.
Yeah.
If Tess is in town, like, heck yes, she's off, making her brain larger, but when she comes back into town, like, we will look each other up. And like, it was just that level of family that really taught me that you can find people out there that hear your voice and respect your voice and will listen and will help you do that.
Yeah, it is a family. There's no question.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Kayla, do you have any advice for people who might want to go into performing arts or technical theater or anything like that?
Advice is so hard. Advice is tough. It always sounds so hokey, but I heard it from a lot of people, so it bears weight with me now because I've heard it from so many different places. But I would say to never let anyone tell you, and anyone, teachers, guidance counselors, peers, whoever it may be, don't let anybody tell you that what you do isn't serious, or that it's not a real job, or that, what else are you going to do? Like it's a hobby, like that you can't do it. It is hard work. And sometimes you do need another job, but like, you can do it. You can do it.
Great. Yeah. Yeah. One of the things that's come through this whole series is, that it's hard work.
It's always hard work.
But everybody has said, if you know that you can't see yourself doing anything else,
then that's what you do. And all of the people that I work with now, all of my stagehands friends, we're close. We're a close group of people. We work 80-hour weeks with each other, and there's 10 of us. Like, we miss each other. We miss the work. We're trying to find ways to still be able to produce our work, but when your job is facilitating large gatherings, like, what are you gonna do?
I always say, so we're artists, we're actors.
We'll find a way. We'll find a way.
We are creative. That's what we are, and
we can't be replaced.
Yeah.
We can't be replaced. We can't. There's no other. If this close down has shown us anything, it's that the importance of Netflix and like performers, and how vital storytelling is to everybody. So job security.
For you and I had you when I was directing at the high school. I had you as one of my actors, and to see someone with that level of ability that you had, I mean, you can tell that somebody loves it and they're just working all the time to make themselves better. I'm so thrilled that everything has worked out for you and that you're living the dream, you know, because it really is. If that's something you're passionate about, then being able to do that professionally is, I think, the ultimate goal.
Yeah. And
So.
I really think that like the time that I spent in that theater community, like of the Maskers, was like, I think it was vital.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arts are very important. You know that. So listen, I wish you all the luck in the world.
Yeah.
You'll get through this.
Yeah, we will.
And hopefully go from Zoom meetings to
right.
actually hug somebody.
Right. Maybe see you in a show at some point.
That's right. That's
come
right.
come
Well,
see
if
me.
you come to Belfast, you know where to come.
Right. Exactly. Right? Got to come home. Got to come home. Visit. Yeah.
Yeah. Michaela, it's lovely to see you.
Indeed.